Director of Admissions from Siena University, is here to do a little presentation with you that's interactive, and it can be fun, so let's make it fun, okay?
Yes.
All right. So I think you know who I am. So this is just an idea of what you're going to do next semester in junior guidance and then in senior guidance. So in junior guidance, we're going to talk about what colleges that you probably should be looking at, applying to, what your interests are, what a good fit is. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the different terms, what early decision is, what early action, regular decision, rolling. There's so many acronyms that you'll want to know. You probably already know some of them, but there's some you may not be familiar with. We will also probably go to the college fair at CBA if they have it. You will start writing your college essay by the end of the year. You will ask teachers for recommendations at the end of the year. You will also start your comment and act by the end of the year.
Yes.
We have a lot to do, okay?
Right.
Now, this is something I really want you to pay attention to, okay? When you're thinking about applying to colleges, this is kind of the ideal, what types of schools you should apply to and how many. Some people are going to apply to less, some people are going to apply to a couple more, but this is a good gauge as to what you should be thinking about. 2 to 3 safety schools. Does everybody know what a safety school is? Okay. I'd say 4 to 8, but 8 total schools, 8 to 10 total schools is really a good idea. So match schools, meaning you're pretty sure you can get in, but you're not 100% sure. And then about 2 reach schools. And does everybody know what a reach school is? Okay. And then a local school and a SUNY school, that's just my suggestion based on my years of experience here. If the SUNY school is the local school, that's fine. Those 2 things, SUNY school and a local school, is more of a safety net if you don't want to stay local. It's still a good idea to apply to a local school. Okay? Standardized testing. So, things changed to most schools being test optional over COVID, and then they stayed test optional. Most schools are still test optional, but this year some schools started to require them again. Okay? So for your class, it's really important that we pay attention to what schools are going to start requiring them again, because if you don't take the SAT and a school you're really interested in is requiring the SAT, you're going to want to know that, yes?
For sure.
Okay, so that's something we really need to pay attention to. And sometimes the SAT might help you if you do well enough and your scores are above what the school's average is. That actually might help you get admitted to the college. Sometimes it might help you get more scholarship. So these are all things that we can talk about in junior guidance. And then this is usually for parents' information. And now I give you Katie Szalda.
All right, ladies. All right, we're going to have a good day. We're going to have a good time. How do you feel about the fact that you're talking about colleges right now? It's crazy, right? Scream it out. Insane? Insane in what way?
Every way.
Every way, yeah. Someone said scary. Who said scary? Yeah, it's really scary, right? But it's exciting. That's the best way to end it, right? It's scary, it's overwhelming, anxiety, you name it. But on the other end, it's also exciting. So my goal at the end of this is to have you leaving here breathing, going home and telling your family some things you learned about the presentation today. But if you walk away and you don't remember anything, remember you have me as a resource. Even if we're not thinking about Siena University, you want to get out of the 518, I get it. But use me as a resource and I'm here to help. Okay? All right, so we're going to start with a fun interactive game. I need 7 volunteers. Come on up. You're welcome. 23 years, all within admissions. So my favorite thing by far of what I do is this, is coming to schools, is working with you, chatting with the families, hey families, about the application process. So we're gonna play a game where you're gonna be part of my team, and we're gonna review applications together. So these 7 elements of the applications are the main elements, and I'll quickly define them. So we all know what the SAT, ACT scores are. Interest, what I mean by interest is not your major. What I mean by interest is showing the colleges you're applying to that you're interested into them. So visiting, going to say hello at a college fair, going to say hello when they come here to Holy Names for a visit. That's what I mean by interest. Counselor letter of rec, we know what that is. Extracurricular activities, we know what that is. It's the club, the activities, working, all of that. Teacher rec, we've got it. Transcript, and then your college essay. Transcript is your 4 years, the classes you've taken, the grades you've earned. It's that one piece of paper, Miss McGarry is ready for Millennium. It's 2 sheets of paper that tell the colleges what classes you've taken, the level of rigor, honors, AP, the grades you've earned, absences, tardies, the whole academic story is on that transcript. Absences is on there, yes. All right, so most important to least important. When we're reviewing an application, what do we think is the most important to least important? I'm going to give you ladies 1 minute, work together as a team, most important to least important. And then we're going to phone friends. All right, how do we feel? Good. We're going to phone friends. Why don't we take a step back so your friends can all see? And let's show them. So we have most important transcript, then essay, then teacher rec, counselor rec, test scores, activities, and interests. Any changes you want, Ms. McGarry, you can't play. Any changes you want to make?
I feel like activities should be further up.
Okay.
Interest.
All right. So why don't we start with activities? Okay. Say that louder. Listen to your friend. Who's paying? Paying what? Where do you want paying to stop? Right there? Okay. Yeah, counselor right now.
No, not last, but like, I feel like
All right. I love it. It's kind of fun, right? It's funny. So we're going to talk through this together as a group. All right. So right now, throw out some different types of colleges that you want to apply to. You can say names. You don't have to say Sienna. This is all just to teach you. But what are some schools you want to apply to? Scream them out. St. John Fisher. I love that school. Beautiful. Marist. Baylor. We're going down south. Wow. Tennessee. Okay. Tampa. NYU. South Carolina. Then you're going to say Clemson. Then you're going to say the whole list. Alabama. Yeah. You want the football. Yeah, you're following all the social media. I tell ya. What else? One more time. Alvernia. Where's Alvernia? I should know this. New Jersey. What part of New Jersey? I gotta go look it up. Small school? Yeah. Fantastic. I love that. Tell me more. Tufts, Rice. URI. JMU. All right. So we named probably close to 30 different schools. And I bet if you were to do this activity with those 30 schools, they're going to have 30 different answers. All right? So as you go through this application process, as you visit, as you engage with the colleges, it's so important for you guys to take notes. Take notes in any way you're comfortable with. For me, it was a Google, not in my day, it's a notebook. What I'm seeing from the students phone, whatever works best for you. I am confident though, of those 30 schools, all of them would say that number one most important part is the transcripts. 100%, you guys got that right. Why do you think the transcript is so important?
Your academic achievements.
It's your academic achievements. What else is it?
It shows how successful you
How successful you
can be in their school.
be in their school. Keep talking, tell me more.
Academic rigor.
One more time.
It's like academic rigor.
Academic rigor, yeah, how you challenge yourself. What do I love about Holy Name? You've got to take math all 4 years. Thank gosh, the number of files I have that don't have math all 4 years, oh, you're challenging yourself. You're taking science, you're taking those core classes that make you so competitive. It shows your academic performance. So for all of us, that by far is the most important. Now the little caveat, if you're applying to some of the Ivy schools, if you're applying to Siena for our 8-year medical program that we have an Albany Med, when test scores are required, so I agree they're last, because we're test optional, and many of the schools you said are test optional. But if test scores are required at the school you're applying to, most likely it's going to be first or second in this lineup. And why I say that is important for you to know if they do require test scores, they're going to be further up. So for example, our 8-year medical program that requires them, this is actually the first thing we look at. If you don't meet the requirement, you don't go through with the process. And so the more competitive schools, it's important to know if they require the test scores or not. So do you want a fun little tip? Tip number 1, you're going to start a Google document. I can help you guys with a template. The Google document is just to help you organize everything as you go through this process. And on this Google document, one column you're going to have up on top are going to be the different headers. And your very first column, column A, is going to be the colleges you're applying to. And as you go across the various headers, one of them should be test optional, yes or no. And if you have any no that are not test optional, this will come further up in the application. Does that make sense?
Anyone applying to the University of Tennessee, SATs are required.
And that's new, right? They just changed that, yeah. So more schools are starting to come back requiring it. So maybe you'll learn that as you go through the process. For optional schools, you're right, we're last. If you submit them, great, I'll look at them, but the most important thing is everything else. All right, essay being second. I love that. I love the fact that you have essay second. I think that's one where you can put truly anywhere, it's going to be read no matter what. What do you think is so important about the essay in this process? That's right, some schools don't offer interviews, and so that's a way to get your personality and point of view. Yeah. What else?
It sort of shows your interests and slides like cultural things. It shows like, and it also shows like who you are.
That's right.
Like, create a better Google document.
That's right. So it shows more of who you are, what you're involved in, your passions, your hobbies, please.
It makes you like less rated and more like why you're applying.
That's right.
Like what you want to do with your like what you want to do with your.
That's right. So as you go through the process, and I bet if you talk to your friends that are seniors, and Ms. McGarry can tell you, I mean, the essay is the hardest part of the application because you have to start it from scratch. And the fact that you're going to be doing it by the end of this year is amazing. Another amazing thing about World Games. The essay is meant to be unique, and it's meant to be about you. It doesn't have to be about why you're majored. It doesn't have to be about why that college, because most likely you're doing the Common Application. Are you familiar with the Common App? So the Common App is one application. Over 2,000 colleges are members of the Common App. So you fill out the Common App once, you can add up to 20 colleges, and then you hit submit. And the applications are sent electronically. Ms. McGarry, the teachers upload everything electronically. It's amazing, right? It's a whole new world when you and I are applying. It's amazing. But with that Common App essay, you're going to write one essay, and all of your colleges are going to get the same essay. So I tell you that because it's really important not to mention college names in that Common App essay, because it's one general essay that all the colleges are going to get. So getting to know a unique thing about you is really, really important. Anyone have older siblings that wrote a college essay? Yeah. Do you guys remember some of the topics they wrote about? A little bit? Unique to them? Different? Yeah. Yes? Yeah. And so I think the best essays are the simplest essays. It's not a grand thought. It doesn't have to be something grandiose, just simple, unique to you. And we can talk about that later for sure. All right, what is your board? Intro. interest. So I agree, it should be that high up. Why do you think interest is so important, especially for you guys looking at Southern schools? We're talking, their applications have skyrocketed, the interest in them skyrocketed, they're being more selective than ever. So why is interest so important? It shows that you want to go to that school. Yeah. It shows you're invested in them. Yeah. Yes, to give an application, to give an event to a student who hasn't visited, who hasn't engaged with them, may not be the way they want to go, right? And so if you're looking to go down south, can you physically get to their campus? Maybe not right now, right? There's a lot going on. Your students, families have a lot of things. But what can you do here from Holy Names, from home, that shows interest in some of the schools that are further away? I heard California. Tell me.
Like, you go to online meetings sometimes.
Online meetings. Yes, what else? Yes, we track all of that. Perfect. Request information from their website. What else? Follow social media, like things, right? Open your emails. All of us have systems that show if you open emails, if you engage with them. Email us. So go on to Alabama's website and see who the recruiter is for New York and shoot that admissions counselor a quick email, introduce yourself. I'm a junior at Holy Names. I can't wait to work with you in the process. All of those are simple ways to show interest without physically getting on the campus. We'll definitely try to take advantage of that, okay? If it's local, if it's an hour, 2 hours to try to get on, that's the most important thing. Questions on that? Questions on anything? Tell me what's on your mind, please. You would not want to mention a specific school in your essay, because that one Common App essay is going to be the essay that Siena gets, that Alabama gets, that Texas A&M gets. And if you write an essay that says Texas and A&M and you get it from Siena, or one that says Marist and Siena gets it, you don't want that to happen. So you don't put the college in the actual essay itself. Where you will address the college and specifics is once you get to the specific questions for that college, many of them have supplemental essays. And that's where it's specific to that college. Would you agree?
Yes.
And you've probably seen it.
Yes. And most colleges will ask you why at whatever college. So on their own questions, most colleges will ask you that question anyway. And the other thing that you really have to be careful of, and I know this from working at Siena, know how to spell the college's name. Because as you can see, Siena's got one N, but so many people spell it with two N's. And I'm sure Kate will attest that a lot of kids will apply to Siena and use the name Siena in an essay and spell with two N's. You don't want to do that.
I literally got an email from a student this morning. Siena's my number one choice. All I want is Siena. Can you tell me when I'll be getting my decision? So I look up their application. They're complete. They're my admit. So I pushed through the admit. But I wrote back in the hearing tonight. Great news. Get ready. P.S. Siena's one N. We're not a mini camp. Right? So it's really important. Literally, I wrote that in the email because they need to know that. Know how to spell Siena. Important. Important to know.
You know how to spell Siena, but you know how to spell all colleges.
Yeah, it's important. Tell me other questions. You girls want to sit, but I can keep talking about those. So interest, we can talk more about interest. You mentioned interviews. One of you mentioned interviews, which I love. So interviews, if colleges you're applying to offer interviews, do that. And interviews, kind of overwhelming, daunting, where it's more like a conversation, whether it's with me, someone from the admissions team, some colleges do alumni, some do parents, some do student interviews, so all different types, but take advantage of it. It's just a great way for you to really sell yourself, get to know more about the college and get your questions answered. And then if you want to do practice, I can do some video practice with you and get you comfortable. But take advantage of interviews for sure.
And just as an added comment, some colleges do require an interview. If anyone's planning on applying to Holy Cross, they require you to interview. So you don't have to go to campus for it, but they want you to interview.
All right, recommendations. Let's talk those through. So you're going to start to ask your teachers for recommendations by the end of the year. Who do you think should write those letters of rec?
Teachers you know really well, or like have seen you do well in their classes.
Love it. Teachers you know well or see you do well. Define 2 different ways of doing well in a class can look.
Like participation, or like doing well on their tests and like
Yeah.
engaging with them.
Yeah, actually the grade, right? I love that. They can can also be a class where maybe it was really rocky, and the grade was rocky, and then you went for a lot of extra help, and you went for tutoring with this teacher, and they ended up giving you a B minus, a C plus, not necessarily the best grade ever, but they saw you coming from a D and you worked your way up. So that can also be a teacher that can really write about your determination, your grit, your working hard for your coursework. Do we have teachers in mind? We're starting to think them through. So it may not be the teacher that gave you an A, right? It's the teacher who knows you well. My piece of advice, and I'm pretty sure Ms. McGarry will agree, you want two different areas to write a teacher on. So math and English, math and history, science and history. Two different areas. You don't want two math classes, you don't want two history teachers, you want to diversify the letters correct. You can also do one teacher, and then maybe it's a coach, or it's a mentor at a job, it's a boss at a job, it's a family you babysit for, and you show great responsibility to them and their children. Those are also some good teacher recommendations as well. And then Ms. McGarry, let's talk about her letter of recommendation. So even if she wasn't sitting here, I was saying this, she literally writes, and I can't show you any because I can't, some of the best. She's in my top 5, and we're talking thousands of letters of recommendation. By far, it's top 5 letter of recommendation. Why do you think Ms. McGarry can write such powerful letter of recommendations? One more time. You're such a small school, so what does that mean? Go ahead, scream it out. She knows you better, right? She writes not only about you personally in the classroom, outside the classroom. They are amazing. So keep hanging in her office, keep getting to know her, because she writes. You can read that and throw it out, because you have no worries about that. You're lucky, yes?
She's very experienced.
And think about that, right? She's very experienced. Not only is she experienced on this side, where you would holy names, but she's worked with other local colleges, and so she knows what the colleges look for. She knows how to write that letter. She knows the process. Yes. Nails it.
Thank you, baby.
Nails it. You're welcome. All right, last one. You don't want to go sit. Go sit. Let's talk about activities. Tell me what's important about activities. Yeah, it shows your outside willingness to work. What else does it do? Yeah, it shows skills, skill in art. Yeah, how to juggle tasks. That's a huge one, right? Yeah, that's huge. Leadership. That's right. And so when you think about it, oh, sorry, love it. How you spend your free time, yeah. And I think that's one of the biggest mind-blowing, after Claire and Jack ever called home, like, Mom, there's so much downtime. I think that's one of the hardest things about transitioning to college, is all the free time you have. So colleges, we want students who do things outside of the classroom, a lot of free time. We can talk about that. We can talk about time management, it's a big one. But, yeah, we want to see what you do outside of class for that. So what are some activities that you guys are involved in? Just scream them out. Louder. Cheer. Basketball. Keep them coming. Volleyball. Soccer. French. Track. Spanish. Ambassadors. Tour guide. I love it. Say it again. Ladies charity. I love that. Theater. All right. Everything that was inside.
Student council?
Save the best for last. Save the best for last. All right, so that was all inside school. I love it. What do we do outside school? Basketball, good. Track or team. Get home. So the question is, if colleges have accelerated programs or pre-med. So we have the 8-year program with Albany Med. RPI also has it. They're accelerated. So the difference is 3 years at RPI, and then you start at Albany Med. Same difference for the application process, though. So you still have to apply your senior year in high school. You would just be at that 4-year institution less amount of time. But the application process should still be the same. Yeah.
Like outside requirements.
Yep. Oh, for sure.
SAT for distance requirements.
For sure. For sure. So when we talk about that test score, whether it's the SAT or the ACT, take it at least once, right? Even if you're applying to all optional schools, take it at least once. And the reason I say that is because you may go further down the process with the school, they fall in love with, and maybe you find the honors program, or you find something that does require. Maybe you find a scholarship that they require a test score. So just have it in your back pocket, even if you're not using it for the application, to It's good to have just one sport in your back pocket.
Well, SATs or ACTs help with that scholarships. Why not?
So it depends. So if the school requires them, that would be part of their calculation. So we're talking merit scholarships. So what does a merit scholarship mean? A merit scholarship is a scholarship that admissions offices will grant you based on your academics. So based off that transcript, if they require test scores will be part of that calculation. For a school like Siena, for being test optional, majority of our merit is awarded off of the GPA and the rigor of the classes. If a student does submit a test score as part of their application, then yes, it would be part of the merit as well. But about 70% of our students apply test optional, majority are test optional.
And I'll add,
Please.
there are a couple colleges out there, not a lot, that in order to get scholarship money, you need to have an SAT score. So it's, like I said, it's not a lot of schools, but there are some out there that won't give you scholarship without that.
And this will come later down when you're seniors, but I think obviously the application process is huge, but then so is the cost and affordability, the whole financial aid side of things. So as you start to talk about the numbers, I say it's like building a house. The bottom is your merit. So the merit you earn, it's free money, you don't have to pay back, it's based off of your academics. So guess what, junior year matters. Do you think senior year matters? Yes, just as much as junior year. So keep up the momentum, keep up the energy. On top of that, so that's the foundation. On top of that is additional scholarships and grants that the school can award. Then your family's gonna fill out a form. It depends on the college you're applying to. Most likely it's the FAFSA, which is that free application for federal student aid. Or for some of the more small selective schools, it's the CSS profile. Don't have to worry about it, don't get nervous, you have nothing to be nervous about. You learn as you go. Once we get the information from those forms, we then put together loans, need-based aid. It's kind of like cups, the layers on top of each other. So when the full financial aid package comes out, you see the free money, you see additional aid, you see loans, and need-based aid. Try to keep it pretty simple. Like study abroad, we do. You can study anywhere in the world. So we have students truly in almost every continent. About 45 different countries that they travel to. You remain a CM student, so financial aid, the whole scholarships remain to the same, and then you travel for the semester up to a year, wherever you'd like to go. Yeah, it's a really cool program. Have fun in class, please. So that's for medical, so it's not a nursing program. It's an 8-year MD program, so it's a PhD. 4 years at Siena, automatic acceptance into Albany Med, and then no MCATs are taken. Not like that, so you're 4 years biology at Siena, 3.5 GPA at Siena, and then when you graduate, you start at Albany Med, and then you're there for 4 years for your med school. So it's not a nursing program, it's a doctor. We're not, so it's 2.6. So you have your automatic acceptance, you have a direct admit into the nursing program. So your freshman year, you're nursing, good to go. You do have to maintain a 2.75 GPA to remain in the nursing program. If you fall below that 2.75, you'll be kind of on the trial period. You can get back into it, but just have to hit that 2.75. You're welcome. We chatted at open house, and people think you saying I recognize your face. Don't tell me your name, it's gonna come to me. Okay. Please. Yeah, that's a great question. So the question is, how does behavior impact your application? So behaviors in different ways to disclose. So I think letters of recommendation, I'll let Ms. McGarry join me on that, but letters of recommendation don't necessarily touch on the specific, if there's detentions or expelled or anything like that, but it talks on kind of how you are in the community, how you work with others. There's also part of the application, if you've ever been convicted of a felony, you have to report that, let the colleges know.
I'm sorry, I was being asked another question. What was the question?
Like behaviors. You have a perfect word for it. Like suspension and discipline, how does that come into play with recommendations?
We're required to tell colleges if you've been suspended, and it's also a question on conduct that you have to say yes or no. Now, if you've got an infraction because your skirt was too short, that's not need to go.
No need to know that, no way.
We're talking like major,
Right, vandalism and things like that.
yeah, things like that.
Yes.
Not because you wore the wrong color socks.
No, you were late next month, no, none of that. Detention, so that I don't need to know about either. I don't think you tell
No,
me about
because some of
detention.
your detentions is because you have 3 infractions for short skirts.
Girls, no short skirts. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Yes.
You ever like reminded when we asked and stuff like that, or like?
Yeah, that could be a red flag. So I've called Ms. McGarry several times over the years. When I see absences increase significantly junior and senior year, I'll pick up the phone and say, hey, what's going on? What happened here? And then I'll send an email to you, the student, saying, hey, everything okay? What happened? So yeah. Now, I'm different. I'm Sienna, I'm small, I'm personal. Big Texas and A&M and Alabama, they're not going to call and ask me. I don't think they call
Well,
and
I
ask
don't
me.
know if Texas A&M would, but Brown University is calling.
By absences? Yeah.
I will tell you, the girl had a lot of absences when she stood up in the burnout, and they called me, but it could have been because of what I told her.
Yep. Yep. So, I guess.
How many like a red flag to you? And how many accidents?
Ooh, you're putting me on the spot.
Like 30?
Oh God, that's huge. No way. I would like even like 15. I mean that's a lot, right? Like yeah. If you're sick, well, like if it gets to 20 and over, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But for some,
Yeah. Yeah. But you have a reason for that, right? So that could be whether it's an interview, whether it's in your other part, and tell us about that. Yeah. Yeah. No, a year. That'd be a lot. That'd be a lot. That's why I think even 10 over a year. I know, it adds up. That's the hard part. Tell us. No, overall in general, we look. So if it tends to increase your senior year, that becomes a red flag, and I would look the phone. I tend to focus there a little bit more. All right, let's bring it back in. Let's talk about how to find colleges. You guys have Naviance?
yes.
Yeah, so how many of you use Naviance? Have we been on Naviance?
You should all be saying yes.
All right, so we're going to talk quickly about 3 tools that I think will help. You good? I know I've been talking a lot. I'll stop soon. Naviance is huge. So use Naviance as a tool to start adding colleges to your list.
Thinking about this.
Yeah,
Thinking about, not applying to.
not applying. Just
There's 2
things.
lists. Only put them in thinking about.
Then there's 2 websites. Both are free. One is actually on your phone. One is called Niche, N-I-C-H-E. You want to say niche, but they say niche. Free. You go on, you quickly answer a couple questions about you, and then they start serving up colleges to you that would be a good fit. Love Niche. The other one is Loper, L-O-P-E-R. It's an app on your phone. What I love about Loper, it's free. Your parents, your family can do it with you, is it gets to know you before it gives you colleges. It's going to ask all about what you're looking for in a college experience, classroom, extracurricular, study abroad, clubs, activities. Based on your answers, it's going to serve up colleges to you. It's not going to tell you the name. It's going to show you pictures. It's going to tell you fun facts. And if you like what you see, you swipe right. If you don't, you swipe left on your phone and it goes away. If you swipe right, yes. If you swipe right, up will come the name and you can continue to chat and learn more about it. But Loper is awesome. You do it from your phone. We all use our phones nonstop, right? So it's meeting you where you are on your phone and letting you do the college process. But Loper is a really cool one as well. They're free, and it'll colleges all over the country and world. So we're all part of it, and it allows you to find colleges that are for free. Size, major, education, you name it. You name it. All right, other thoughts? Early action, I'm a huge fan of early action. So get your applications in by Thanksgiving, by Christmas the latest, and then you sit back, relax, wait for your acceptances, get financial aid packages, and use the spring to find your fit. Okay, I'm a huge fan of early action. Early decision is binding, so if you fall in love with that one school and 100% is your school choice, you can apply to one college and only one college. Early decision. The hard part with early decision is you're applying without knowing the financial aid. So you, your parents, and Ms. McGarry sign a form saying, yep, this is binding if admitted you're going to that college. You can do, and students tend to do it from the more selective, right, Ms. McGarry? Early decision, yeah. To visit? Yeah, so a lot of it's part of your student fees, so a lot of colleges, like Siena, we're on the public bus line, CDTA, so the students ride that for free, goes over to Saratoga, goes to the mall, so that's free, it's part of their ID. We always have Ubers on campus, so I think it just depends on the college you're looking at, but usually, yeah, there's some type of shuttle that helps you get to places and everything. Yeah. Thoughts, questions, feelings? We're still nervous about the absences over here, aren't we? No?
Don't worry about
Don't
that.
worry about that.
Just don't make me work.
You're gonna be fine. Well, you have a story, too, right? Like, truly, that's part of the
You
story.
have a reason.
Yeah. No, we're part of the story, no. Anything else you wanna talk about? Yep. No, and excuse absence doctors, things like that, it's totally fine. And I don't mean to scare you guys on that, but you should be in school, right? I say that lovingly. Like you're students. Your job right now is to be a high school junior. So be in school. If you're sick, okay. If you got cheerleading, okay. If you got doctor appointments, totally fine. So those things are okay. Don't worry about that. You're gonna be just fine. Just fine, I promise, right?
Absolutely.
They're gonna be
And
fine.
if they call me, I'll tell them why. Like, if he calls me and says, why is Lucy absent 10 times? I'll say, well, she visited 2 colleges and she had strep throat. Done. Right?
100%. 100%. Other thoughts, worries, concerns? We feel a little bit better? A little less stressed? I know I'm supposed to, we could go another 40 minutes, but I think we'd be sitting here and me for 40 minutes.
So why don't we see
Wanna go to class? Oh, look at this.
I think we should thank Katie, give her a ring round. And if you all have pens and paper, do you want to write down those 2, Lower and
Niche.
Hitch?
Over and niche.
And I see
Right, and ICH. You want to say niche? Yeah. They say niche. Niche is online, it's a website, those are after not applications, no. Yes. All right, so that's my coach, put down my email as well. You can be the resource if you need anything. Lower, L-O-P-E-R. And lower is the app on your phone. It's a little dog, it's the picture, so you'll know you got the right one if it's the dog on your phone. And then Niche, N-I-C-H-E, is a website. Both are free, create accounts, awesome tool to research
I
colleges.
just put it up on there just so you would have the information. I'm using it as my whiteboard.
Yeah. And Loper I love because it learns about you before it gives you colleges. So it's all about what are you looking for in a college, and then we'll start to match you to colleges. Feeling good?